While the Turing Test generally walks an interesting, if not familiar line, it excels when it introduces some genuinely fresh ideas in its latter half. At its core, the Turing Test is a traditional first-person puzzler. You navigate a series of rooms in a desolate research facility and solve a bunch of single-serving challenges, all while a questionable AI narrator guides you. While it's devoid of Portal's incredible humor, the writing and acting do a good job of posing interesting questions revolving around free will and what it means to be human. It also throws in an effective bit of environmental storytelling, which has you parsing through the personal items of the researchers who formerly inhabited the facility. This adds a nice bit of personality to the 7-hour experience. While none of the Turing Test's puzzle elements are bad, they're all incredibly familiar to anyone who's played a modern first-person puzzle game. And unlike superb puzzle games like Portal or The Witness, its ideas are never stretched to their limits. The Turing Test seems content with merely scratching the surface of an idea or mechanic without really digging deeply into it. In this respect, challenges oscillate from either incredibly simplistic to mostly physically demanding. I far too often found myself mentally solving a puzzle only to have to go through the chore-like series of moves to actually navigate myself through it. This led to some pacing problems that had me sighing my way through a handful of puzzles. Instead of triggering those aha moments that make a truly great puzzle game, it felt more like I was just going through the motions. But while the first 2/3 of the Turing Test definitely fell into the been there, done that realm, there's a super smart twist in the latter half that flips the whole thing on its head. I won't spoil it, but the way it subverts the story and mechanics that at that point had become all too familiar is genuinely original and incredibly interesting. As someone who loves games like Portal and The Witness, the Turing Test definitely scratched that familiar puzzle itch, and while it never reaches the originality and heights of its inspirations, it still manages to deliver an interesting world with one heck of a twist. For more on the Turing Test, stay right here on IGN.